Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Modern Hajrin. Today we will talk about the current condition in Palestine. Today we gather not just as an observer but as human beings united in concern for the suffering people of Palestine, especially those in Gaza. So what we are witnessing is not just a conflict, it is a humanitarian catastrophe. The roots of the crisis run deep, but in recent times, violence has reached an unbearable peak. Since October 7, 2023, over 52,000 Palestinians have lost their lives, including thousands of innocent children and human. Gaza, once full of times, is now a land of destruction. Hospitals are bombarded, homes are shattered, interfamilies are buried under the rubble. Imagine, wake up still not knowing if your loved ones will survive. So that is the daily reality for humans, millions in Gaza. People they are passing their lives. So it is very devastating every day by day. So yesterday we heard in news almost 11 people died. Okay, so it was a catastrophe. You can say they try to step down stuff our nationalist Muslim Ummah. So they needed this Palestinian land. And also they demonstrating and destroying and demolished of our national Islamic Ummah. So but if you're gonna look at this Quran side, it is going to be possible to Allah save this, and Allah the first revelation of the Muhammad Sallallahu is in the Quran. So we know that everything we will one day will get victory. Okay, so rather than we are very concerned about the matters right now we are hearing and most of the times we cannot see this innocent people, so they are losing their lives. Okay, such a very unbearable we cannot never gonna include the site from our side. So we should stand up and talk it out, speak as far as possible. So basic human needs are being denied. There is no electricity in most areas, clean water is a luxury, and food supplies are so low that the United Nations has warned of coming famine. Children are starving, pregnant women have no access to health care, schools are turned into shelters, yet events those are not safe from attacks. Such a very horrible things, such a very unimaginable things we never can accept these matters. Medical aid is blocked, even humanitarian workers and journalists are losing their lives while trying to help. So if you are Israel, if you are Zionist person, this doesn't matter. So if you would like to helping to Palestinian people, so they must be target you to kill you. Okay, so they want to never gonna every side the rocket. So if you would like to help I first time I told you that it is kind though most of the children are very starving. So if you give some charity for this in any case stop away. So they just forcibly stop this blockade this side. So for that if they are not getting any food or eats or when electricity is how they can survive in their person in the future lifestyle. So it's very traumatic. They know everything's better than I, but every time they are thinking about this, how to destroy this our nations and Palestine nations. They want to they terrorist Israel's terrorist nations. Well, if we're gonna look at this world response, the world is watching, but what is it doing? Yes, some countries and organizations have spoken out. The United Nations and aid groups have condemned the bombs and the blockade. The Vatican has repurposed the Pope's mobile vehicles as a medical unit for children in Gaza. A beautiful gesture. Okay, it's a beautiful gesture, but gestures are not enough. Words must turn into actions. We need to do this. We need to do this. In any case, but I don't know why every person are holding this point. I don't know. We need to actions. We follow these actions right now. But sadly, some powerful nations are still supporting military actions instead of pushing for peace. Okay, this is not a war between two equal sides. It is the operations of the peoples who have been under siege for over 60 years. And while politics continue, the real victims are the innocent peoples. Babies are born into bombs. Mothers weep over the graves of their children. Fathers Richards rumble with bare hands, hoping to hear a voice beneath the dust. Oh, even this is where. Now question, where is humanity? Where is justice? So I ask you, my dear brothers sisters, don't just scroll, don't just watch and forget. Raise your voice, educate others. Do not to trust real life organizations. Pray, protest, because silence in times of oppression is equal to support for the oppressor. So we never gonna. There is no chance to stop and keep your silent and keep your mouth is gonna be block it. Okay, it is never impossible to show this speak as far as house and is your person. Okay, as far as your quality, you should have to speak up and sharing the truth, educated others. It is a vacuumst and Israeli dynastic anti-Semitic persons. We are sharing this our opinions as a Muslim ummah we sharing and how can I say this? It is never possible to steer up in the future life. You know, Palestine is not just a land; it is owned on the heart of humanity. And until that owned is held, we justice there can never be peace. Okay, thanks for listening and watching. Please like, share, and speak up. So we are not stop speaking out in the social media because we are not never gonna panel or never gonna social media through. We are not getting so much biggest propagandist where we'll talk about the okay. That is gonna never possible. But this is the social media is available for a year, so we are non stop. We are non-stop and consistency with talking our opinions as a Muslim. We are never gonna afraid. We are never pretend to any non-Muslim principles to cover Muslim. Okay, so cover we are never gonna feared. We have Imam, so we are legacy of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Okay, so next time, so we'll talk about the very interesting things. Until you have to take care of yourself and take my life from my head. Takbir, Allahu Akbar.